At Sir Seneschal asks, what is your ideal society? Government, culture, demographics, etc. My ideal society is a European Christian theocracy. When it comes to the mode of governance, whether it's democracy, monarchy, or aristocracy, it depends on the stage the society is at. I would hope the society would have a mechanism for transferring into these different modes as the need arises. All three can work in correct conditions. My only concern is that the government actually is what it claims to be, and that it is Christian. The responsibility for welfare, education, etc. would fall on the church, not the state. At Burnout asks, as an inhabitant of the old continent, what's your opinion of the current right-wing landscape of Europe? It's toothless, because it doesn't believe in anything other than leftism bad. Like great, you figure out the death cult isn't good for your society, now what? You can't make an identity out of not liking bad things. The quote, far-right party in my country is just, we don't like mass immigration. That's it. That's self-defeating because it means your support is dependent on the left having enough power to antagonize your population in the first place. At JOU Spool asks, do you believe that ignoring the law must take place to be able to do what is right? The authority behind the rule of law is granted by God. However, when the law sets itself as an enemy of God and makes compliance of both impossible, a Christian must choose God. You can use just war theory by theologians as a measure against your own government. At Handled TV asks, thoughts on technocracy, ruled by experts, specifically combined with semi-constitutional/absolute monarchy? Well, with a limited monarchy, you're just describing an aristocracy. With an absolute monarch, you're just describing that plus competent advisors. Technocracy itself is just a modern way of saying aristocracy. Aristocracy can work, but I don't think it's the next step. The next step for present-day society is monarchy, and after that, aristocracy. At Something I Can't Pronounce and it's written in Greek asks, thoughts on corporatism and in general third position economics? There are two sides to third position economics. One is economics, and the other is finance. Economically, third position ideas are always stupid. It's effectively just modern Keynesianism with extra steps and justifications. However, financially, third positions are often skeptical of the modern financial system and try to divorce themselves from it. This is excellent, because our international financial systems are corrupt. When you see a third position nation lift themselves up from the Great Depression, that wasn't because of good economic policy, but rather good financial policy. After all, the Great Depression was a financial failure. At Guns Galore asks, were you ever a left-winger during your life? No. At Kidu Cap asks, what's your opinion on Vatican III? Man, Vatican I and II were already so crap, you sure you want a trilogy? If you had a third council today, it'd be just as liberal, if not worse, than Vatican II. Let the boomer clergy retire, then go ahead and call a council. At Elias Ward asks, what's your thoughts on libertarian economics? Libertarian economics are objectively correct, and the most efficient economic model. However, that doesn't always mean good. Take substance abuse or adult material. These things will rot your society from within. You don't want an efficient market for these. Libertarians insist all value is subjective. That is false. A lot of value is subjective, but some is objective. Because God, not man, is the ultimate arbiter, as men's desires are often sinful. At Andre Sirnu asks, how do you think we can grow the birth rate to the replacement rate and avoid demographic collapse? It's too late to avoid demographic collapse. Your decisions now are about whether you'll be able to survive it or go extinct. If you continue mass immigration or government social security pyramid schemes, you will go extinct. At Chicken Legs McGee asks, why so mean to Baptists? I'm not. Or at least I'm a lot more mean to Pentecostals. At Bacher Saul asks, what's your favorite soccer team if you have one? I don't partake. I don't see the appeal in watching foreign men play with balls. At Yout asks, what is your favorite dinosaur? I'm not sure. Not the ones in Congress though, I can guarantee you that much. At American X Samurai asks, what's your full opinion of the Groypers and the America First movement? I like them, but they have a lot of untapped potential. Their nationalist movements are actually international. You'll find groypers all over the West, because the West has a shared history. We're cousin peoples being crushed by the same globalist boot. We're united by faith and blood, not passports. Our fates are intertwined. We'll win together or we'll lose together. So for fighting international Leviathan, should we not use international weapons? At Billy Brandt asks, how long does it take to make a video and what sorts of software do you use? 6 days per video, but split between 2 people, which is why we can do 2 videos per week. We use MS Paint and Movavi Video Suite. At Faverachik asks, where do you draw the line at restricting speech? All speech restrictions are blasphemy laws. It reveals what your society actually worships, because if you just disagree with something, you just argue with it. Our current speech restrictions reveal we're awful idolaters. In a reasonable society, we wouldn't tolerate people spitting on Christ. Instead, we actually have all sorts of rules on how not to offend foreign idols. At Peter Wainio asks, how do we convert the general population back to Christianity? By taking back the institutions, governments, universities, churches. Without institutions, we're always going to be on the back foot. I wasn't able to address all questions, but if you have anything you'd still like answered, comment it down below. I want to thank you all for the incredible support you've shown for this channel. This channel is only 4 months old, and having this much support this quickly has far surpassed any expectation.